Times Now Live. I'm Pratibha. Thank you for joining us this morning. First up, let's get you the big controversy that's brewing. The Prime Minister's memorial has formally requested Rahul Gandhi for the return of personal letters written by India's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, which was sent to Sonia Gandhi in 2008 during the UPA regime. In this letter that's dated December 10th, the PM Memorial member Rizwan Qadri has written to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi urging him to retrieve the original letters. Now asking him to retrieve the original letters from Sonia Gandhi or provide photocopies or digital copies. Remember, this follows a similar request that was made to Sonia Gandhi as well in September. And we've accessed a copy of this letter. Here it is. Let me read out from it. This letter is addressed to Rahul Gandhi and it says, "I'm writing to you today regarding the Prime Minister's Museum and Library, formerly known as Nehru Memorial Museum and Library. As you know, the PMML plays a vital role in preserving and promoting India's modern and contemporary history, including the anti-imperialistic struggle." So this is the letter that has been written to Rahul Gandhi. It goes on to say, the Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund generously transferred private papers of Jawaharlal Nehru to the PMML in 1971. These documents provide invaluable insights into a critical period of history in the country. So speaking about the significance of these letters, it then goes on to say, in 2008, a collection of these papers were withdrawn from PMML on the request of then chairperson of the UPA and present Congress Parliamentary Party chief Sonia Gandhi ji. So it clearly mentions Sonia Gandhi. Remember, this is the first time it has been mentioned formally, and this letter also asks for these letters to be given back. Amit Malviya of the BJP joins us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Amit Malviya. Take us through why this is so significant, what is in these letters, and why the PMML member has now written to Rahul Gandhi requesting for these letters to be returned.
Shri Rizwan Qadri, who is a member of the Prime Minister's Museum and Library, which was earlier known as the Nehru Museum and Library, has written this formal letter to the Gandhi family, and more particularly Rahul Gandhi, who is the leader of opposition at the moment, saying the letters that Nehru wrote to various dignitaries, including Edwina Mountbatten, are actually the property of the government of India. Because Nehru ji wrote those letters as the Prime Minister of the country, and why should those letters be in the possession of Sonia Gandhi? It is not the personal property of the Gandhis. It is the archives of the government of India, and they should be returned back. Also, there are significant details in those letters. It seems particularly the ones that were written to Edwina Mountbatten, who had a kind of relationship with Nehruji, which has left a lot open to interpretation, should be in the public domain. Were India's strategic interests compromised for some reason? The country needs to know. And therefore, these letters should be handed back to the Prime Minister's museum, and it should be part of the Government of India's archive. It should be available for the public to see. After all, the country must know how it was governed, what the people who were in power at that time were thinking, and if that is the legacy they want to continue with.
Okay, but Mr. Amit Malviya, how did these letters come to be in possession of Sonia Gandhi?
That's a good question. You must ask Sonia Gandhi.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us. The BJP is saying we don't know how it came to be in possession of Sonia Gandhi. That's a question that should be directed towards Sonia Gandhi. And we just read out from the letter as well, which says that these letters should be returned. In fact, Amit Malviya has also tweeted. He just spoke to us as well. But let me just show you what the BJP has been saying on this. From what is now the Prime Minister's Museum and Library, formerly the Nehru Museum and Library, it is reported that then UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi allegedly took away 51 letters by Jawaharlal Nehru to various personalities, including Edwina Mountbatten. In a recent AGM of the PMML, a member, Shri Rizwan Qadri, has written to the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, urging him to retrieve these letters from his mother, what I find particularly intriguing is what might Nehru ji have written to Edwina that warranted such censorship, and will Rahul Gandhi act to recover these letters? That's what Amit Malviya has tweeted. The BJP making this charge against the Congress party. My colleague Pragya is also joining us on the broadcast with the details. Pragya, this is turning out to be a big political fight. What were in these letters? We just spoke to Amit Malviya as well. How did it come in possession of Sonia Gandhi? All of that is now going to come into question. Take us through the details. Well, Pragya, you're muted. All right, we'll go back to Pragya in just a moment. But this is a tweet that has come in, and it's not just Amit Malviya. Several leaders of the BJP have now written on social media X asking what was in the letter. So the BJP has now hit out at the Congress party over these missing papers. Sambit Patra also leading the BJP's attack on the Congress party, asking why did Sonia Gandhi hide these letters by Nehru? What did Nehru write to Edwina Mountbatten? Sambit Patra asking why did these letters need censoring? So similar charge coming in from Sambit Patra as well, saying this is intriguing. From what's today the Prime Minister's Museum and Library and formerly Nehru Museum and Library, the then UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi took away 51 cartons of letters written by Nehru to various personalities. We have Congress MP Manikim Tagore joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Manikim Tagore, thank you for joining us. A letter has been written demanding these letters, and the BJP is now asking what is written in these letters that needed censorship. What is the Congress party's response?
We all know that the Godse Bhakt are always have extra love for Rahul Nehru. They do all these kind of fake news factories, lies, all these kind of factories. They open it to spread lies about Pandit Nehru and Gandhiji, and we had been seeing it for years. And particularly, Prime Minister Modi ji leads that from the front foot to spread lies about Nehru and Sardar Patel and Gandhi. We had seen it in the past also. Now this is not a new thing also, that Godse's grandson wants the letters of Nehru's letters. It's a it's not a surprising thing for us, because we know that the BJP, particularly the RSS and BJP, could not stop from defaming Nehruji for many years. Their fake stories, fake narratives has been played out. New avatar has taken place, new kind of formats they are using it to defame Pandit Nehruji and his sacrifice.
Okay.
We all know that this is their game plan to divert from the real Modi-Adani scam.
Okay, you're saying they're diverting from the Modi-Adani scam, and that's why this has come up. But Mr. Manikim Tagore, the Prime Minister's Museum and Library has formally requested the return of these personal letters, and they've written to Rahul Gandhi. So are these letters going to be returned?
No, we have to understand one thing, that the Prime Minister's Museum, which is there, how many Prime Ministers they have wrote it to all the letters to be submitted. From Vajpayeeji's letters, whether they had got all the letters, whether Morarji Desaiji's letters, all the letters. There are things which they wanted to politicize it, diversionary tactics. We all know it, to divert from the real Adani scam. And BJP wants every day headline to be changed. Therefore, Times Now should not also fall prey to their headline management politics. It should be the real issues which we need to discuss.
Okay, all right. Focusing on the real issues. In fact, today also in the Parliament, in the Rajya Sabha, the discussion is expected on Samvidhan. Mr. Manikim Tagore, thank you for joining us. The Congress party responding and saying this is headline management by the BJP. Pragya is back with us. So, Pragya, the Congress party says that deviating from real issues, that's the agenda of the BJP. But the BJP says that there are several letters that have been written by Nehru, in particular also mentioning various personalities, including Edwina Mountbatten, and asking what was the need for this censorship.
Sources have told us that there was a sifting of private letters and the government letters that Mr. Nehru had wrote during his time. Now BJP says that these documents will provide insight into that critical period and what the government of the day was thinking about a crucial incident that took place at that time of the history. And this is exactly what has been written to Rahul Gandhi while seeking these letters. In fact, these were the letters that were given to Prime Minister Museum, which was Nehru Museum that time, by the Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund in 1971. Now in 2008, these papers, majority of them are private letters that has been written by Mr. Nehru to Edwina Mountbatten, to Jayaprakash Narayan, all those prominent leaders of that time also. So the BJP would also want to see what kind of letters were there. They want to see the content of it. But, Congress is also wary because every time there is an attack of the Congress, it starts right from Nehru era. Remember, every time Congress is also alleging that BJP should speak of the times that is today and about their 10 years of regime rather than blaming Nehru for everything. So, the problem with the Congress right now is that there is a sort of feeling that BJP might use these letters to, rake up the issues that may change the narrative in the country and also expose many things of that time. And this is exactly what what Mr. Kadri has written, saying that there had been many crucial incidents that had taken place in the time of the history. We need to know what Mr. Nehru and also, what are the critical thinking around that time of the historical incident. So we
Okay.
need this document, and this should be restored to Prime Minister's museum as well. But whether the Congress will comply with that or not is yet to be seen. As you had heard Mr. Manikam Tagore, he is saying that there are more important issues to be discussed rather than these private letters of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru.
Okay, all right. So, but this is not the first time the Prime Minister's Museum and Library has formally requested for these letters to be returned, isn't it? Previously as well, a letter had been written to Sonia Gandhi. Now, a letter being written formally to Rahul Gandhi as well. Any information on whether there was a response from Sonia Gandhi at all on this formal request?
What we are given to understand is that they have not got any response from Ms. Sonia Gandhi, and this is why they discussed in the annual general meeting. There was also an aspect of how legally they can pursue this. So this is also, in a way that Prime Minister Museum, in fact, is not relenting in its effort to secure those letters back. In fact, they'll take a legal counsel, and they are going to pursue it. There is going to be executive meeting of the Prime Minister Museum also in January. So all of that will be taken into consideration, but they want to tick all the check boxes while approaching the legal resort in this case. So they are approaching Gandhi family to ensure that these letters are back in the museum.
Okay, all right. I request you to stay with us. We have Mr. R.P. Singh also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Singh, we just spoke to the Congress leader Manikim Tagore, who said that this is the BJP's way of deviating from the real issues. There's no such truth to the letter. The BJP is just trying to bring up new issues.
Well, is that those letters property of Mr. Tagore or that property of Mr. Sonia Gandhi? They are the public property. They are the letters which were there with the Jawaharlal Nehru Trust, which has been turned into the Prime Minister's Trust now, Memorial now. So why shall they possess those letters? They should be made public. And why they have to hide the letters between Edwina Mountbatten and Nehru? We all know they enjoyed a very personal relationship, and how did that relationship affected the nation's destiny? Everyone has a right to know what happened during the pre- and post-independence era, and what sort of relationship or how did the Britishers use Edwina Mountbatten to influence Nehru, and that further influence the destiny of the country. Everyone has a right to know. If there's nothing to hide, they should give those letters to the Prime Minister Memorial and let those letters be public.
Okay, all right, Mr. R.P. Singh, thank you for joining us. The BJP is saying, what's the harm? Release the letters. It's in possession of Sonia Gandhi. Mr. Tom Vadakkan of the BJP also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Vadakkan. The charge is that these letters are in possession with Sonia Gandhi. A letter was written previously to her as well, asking for the return of these letters, but there's been no response, after which a letter has now been written to Rahul Gandhi.
Well, they have attempted it earlier too. They have try to rewrite the history of modern India through their selective historians, trying to paint a picture which was very rosy for the then dispensation. Now, the Nehru Memorial issue is they have now converted the Memorial Museum into a disinformation center because all important letters have been packed and has gone back to Sonia Gandhi's possession, which I think is an illegal act in itself. She does not hold any constitutional position, and she takes charge of documents which are part of history of this nation. And by doing that, she is doing great disservice to India and Indian citizens.
Okay.
We all have a right to know what was the content of these letters, how it affected partition, how it affected on issues of reservation. There are documents that are coming out.
Okay, so you're saying that people deserve to know the truth and that's why the letter should be made public. Mr. Varakan, I request you to stay with us because the Congress party has called it headline management by the BJP, and I have Udit Raj of the Congress party joining us on the broadcast. Please do listen to the Congress's side as well and do respond to that. Mr. Udit Raj, what does the Congress party have to say? The BJP says, what's there to hide? Why not reveal these letters?
There is nothing to hide. It will be answered. The letter written to Rahul Gandhi will be answered. You don't have to worry about it. And that will be communicated.
Okay, so a letter has now been written to Rahul Gandhi asking him to return these papers. Will these letters be returned?
Just wait and party will communicate you. Nothing to... and of course, why BJP people are worried about it? The way they are distorting the facts and twisting the facts and rewriting the history so that everybody knows. Maybe I am not sure about it, that parties may have smelled something that they can destroy the record. But what they are doing it now, the way that they have redesigned entire Nehru Memorial. And
Mr. Varakan, would you like to respond to that? Why is the BJP worried about it? The letter will be released, the party will communicate.
Well, it's interesting to listen to him. He's scrambling for words, you know. I mean, his thought process is not spontaneous. The fact of the matter is, he says Rahul Gandhi will respond. What is this response? We want those letters back. They're part of history of India. We are there to be legitimately with the people of India, to know what was happening in that period and how it affected our partition, how it affected reservation policies, how it affected, there are letters written to very important people. What is the thought process of that time? And that's a history which Mrs. Gandhi wants to wipe out. I don't think we people of India are going to sit and listen to all this, that Rahul Gandhi will reply to the letter at an appropriate time. We'll see what can be done. These are standard operating procedures. We all understand that. Let them put on the table the 50 boxes that went from the museum to the residence of Mrs. Gandhi. That's what we want. Put that on the table and then let them talk.
Okay, all right. These letters were allegedly sent to Sonia Gandhi in 2008 during the UPA rule, and the war of words continues over the same. Mr. Tom Varakan and Udit Raj, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. We're keeping a track of the developments there. It is going to snowball into a much bigger controversy. Response from the Congress party also expected on that. Quick break.